What up, everybody? For some reason, these guys have followed me from one side to the. I mean, I think they might be trying to attack me because it's mating season. I don't know. What? What? Good morning. It is Monday. Are you just gonna? Oh, ah, all right. It's like they're my pets or something. All of a sudden, they just. Hello. Hello. All right. That is my wildlife interaction for the day. What up, everybody? It's Monday. And it's cold again. But you know what I say? It's like whatever. I wonder if I should walk back. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, this lighting stuff, everybody, and the technical side. It's not that it's too much. It's just a lot. Yeah, it's Monday. I got a busy day ahead of myself. Just prepping for the week. Today is technically a holiday. President's Day. And then I think in Canada, it's Family Day, which I kind of dig that. Canada's kind of in the political zeitgeist right now because, they're trying to make it the 51st state and all kinds of stuff. Trudeau and yeah, I don't like really getting too deep in that stuff. Once again, though, I didn't really prepare anything because that's not what this is really about. Because I feel like if I attempted some script, it wouldn't be real, which is not necessarily the case. It's still real. I'm just really reading from a script. And somehow, in my thinking style, or maybe the lack thereof, I always had a problem. Let me start over instead of being all negative. I fell in love with comedy as a young kid. It was Bill Cosby at first, and there's unfortunately he made some poor choices in his life. But needless to say, he was freaking hilarious, man. I mean, and for me and my religious mom, he was safe because he didn't cuss, which was crazy. He was safe, and he was anything but safe. But his comedy was clean. So that I fell in love with that. But I'm a kid. I didn't realize how that kind of stuff worked, and I didn't realize, not until much later, that comedians, for the most part, are telling the same jokes over and over again. When I found that out, I was like, well, that's not how that works. That shouldn't work that way, but it should. You ever tried to write a joke and deliver a joke? So that's pretty difficult. Once I learned how that worked, I was like, okay, I get it. This way you can hone it, trim the fat. Certain crowds will like it this way, certain demographics, all that kind of stuff. I get it. But if I try to implement something like that into this, maybe this soon, I don't know. That doesn't seem like I'm being my authentic self. And I think right now, for me and for you, so everybody gets kind of a clear picture. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. Most of the people that are subscribed to me right now know me as a person. So they know what's up, that I'm a little crazy and whatnot. But yeah, what I was saying earlier is got a busy day. So I got to make this one quick. I keep saying that. They're all going to be quick until I start rambling and go, oh my God, I got to go. We got super cold. Like it's cold now, but we got even much colder weather headed our way. It's going to be in the teens tomorrow, possibly some wetness. They may even not have the kids go to school due to possible weather and road conditions. So I just like to get prepped up. I'm not saying I'm that dude that shows up and buys 13 cases of toilet paper. That's crazy. You know that like I'm in Texas. Toilet paper and bottled waters, like their largest production plants, they're here in Texas. I mean, worst case scenario, yeah, you just hop in the shower. I mean, whatever. I mean, unless the water's not working because the freeze has become so intense. I get it. Use some baby wipes. What if you run out of those, Richard? Well, we'll figure it out. A stick and a leaf. I mean, that's how we used to get down. You ever seen a Roman toilet paper? Just like a sponge that was kept moist and they kept it in the outhouse. And I know other countries still kind of do that with the hole in the floor and stuff. It's the more healthier way to get that done, squatting. I am now talking about poop and toilets and stuff. But what I was thinking about this morning, because I was listening to some news feed. I don't even remember what it was. Because I'm really excited to get into conspiracy theories. I hate to even call them conspiracy theories because they're coming true. So many of them are coming true. Like, man, yeah. There's so many. I don't even know where to begin. I saw some senator addressing the House or something like that, and he was saying how conspiracy. His name Chuck. I don't know what his name is, but he has this very identifiable voice, and he's a Southern senator. Maybe he's I don't know what he is, House representative something. But he's like, the conspiracy theorists are now 27-0. All this keeps coming true or something like that. But I feel like that impression of his voice was spot on. If you know who I'm talking about, thank you. Grade me on a scale of 1 to 10. Nobody comments in the comments anyway. I do. I'll say some stuff. That's espionage, Richard. What are you doing? But yeah, I'm excited about doing the conspiracy theory stuff. I'm going to get with my son. I keep saying that, and we're going to get that done. It's just been busy. Figure out this editing so I can splice a video to video. I don't necessarily want to call it a react video, though. I mean, that's technically what I'll be doing. But honestly, I want some second opinions on this. And I feel like out of all the veins of information that are out there in the socials, the YouTubes, the Instas, the TikToks, that are sharing this information. And I believe people need to know, even if it's not necessarily 100% the truth, because you remember my philosophy on karate and church, tidbits of truth in everything, man. Everything. Usually even in a lie, there is tidbits of truth. There's something moving around out here. Yeah, all right. Maybe we'll get something cool on video too. See what I can find. I need to focus though. Yeah, excited about sharing those theories of possible conspiracy. But what I thought I'd do today, because every time I see one that is like, holy shit, is that for real? And it is usually. I mean, I know there's a lot of AI and crazy fabrications out there, but some of this stuff, like, for example, the deep state, that goes deep. I'm not trying to be funny, but it really, really does, and it goes way, way back. Project Bluebeam, man, and if you don't know what that is, it's worth a googs, as Mark Norman would say. But we're living it. I think we're living it. In some way, shape, or form, we're living it. And I wonder, because they say our consciousness actually in real time builds our reality. So if we believe and talk about it enough and send that message out there enough, is that happening because of that? What kind of animal is digging all these holes? I'm sorry, y'all, I'm distracted again. I saw these berries on this tree, and I've been watching that Australia. I watch all the Alones. I love the survival thing. Watch me get sick. I'm not gonna eat them. I'm just gonna smell them. Huh? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Project Bluebeam, Deep State. We're talking the airplane crashes. I know I talked about that a little bit, but yeah, I can't wait till I can show you some of these things that I and the world have curated and be like, what? Because I feel like maybe I can bring some rationale to it for me and for my viewers. Maybe you can bring some information to me, like in the comments or however you want to tell me, like, oh man, that's a fake video. Check out the original, and then they switch to whatever. That would be cool. But yeah, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm not trying to rush myself to get to that point, but I really want to do that. Because it sounds fun. I spend enough time watching these things, like literally probably 2 hours a day. I'll just have a conspiracy theory podcast or something on, either playing in the background or while I'm cooking or, whatever. Yeah, I just find them so interesting because I feel like it's one of those things, I'm always preaching head on a swivel, pay attention, especially into this crazy world we are now living in. I think it's one of the oddest times to be alive, but I am thankful because, man, all the stuff I've seen in my almost 50 years, I mean, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Because I'm alive and getting to witness these things that I feel like if you told me in a story, I'd be like, for real? So yeah, thankful to be a part of this timeline, as they say. Oh yeah, speaking of timelines, another conspiracy thing, the Mandela effect, and there's theories about that which lead right to the CERN, the Hadron Collider thing. Like, what are we doing on this? What are we doing out in these streets, y'all? What are we doing? Yeah. I'm a little more, what's the word, driven in my step today just because I'm in a hurry. I feel like I'm talking all loud and shit. My bad. I'm just keeping myself on, you know what I mean? On and on and on to the break of dawn. I'm going to try to take a little half horseshoe loop around the Gander Island. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't even know what the gander really is. Is that like the male version? Or some kind of process like that? That's another word I say way too much, is process. I don't know why. It's because I enjoy the process. It's not the goal, it's the process. Oh, dude, it's one of those long neck turtles. I was gonna give you a shot, but he dipped on me. Yeah. Okay. So I want to do some of that stuff with the conspiracy series stuff. How many times can I say stuff in a sentence? So that's coming. I'm gonna meet with the son tonight via Discords, and maybe he can school me real quick. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the first couple of these they're not gonna be amazing, but the more I get those reps, man, the more it's just like, because I'm an addict, the more I get addicted to something, the more I streamline the process. I found out in my 50 years, if I pick healthy addictions that still reward me on some dopamine or some adrenaline or some, make my heart feel good way, those are good things to get addicted to. Because I feel like if you break it down, aren't we all kind of addicted to food or water or love? And You know, you put those things in your body and a reward comes. This dude is coming hot at me. Look at this. What did I do? I'm going in. This will be recorded if he comes up hot. Now, just say now, y'all. You don't want none of this. I know y'all got skinny necks, but I'm a skinny neck boy too. Don't you do it. I'll weigh you by at least 100 pounds. I don't think these things weigh 70 pounds, but whatever. I think 2 with animals normally. You just got to lead with some confidence, and they'll be like, all right, I was just checking if you was a bitch or not. I apologize for that, y'all. But walking in this cold is creating some flemishness. Okay, before I go, because I got to get back to the house and download, upload. I got to load this thing to you. And I got to release it to the ether. I like saying that. I don't know why. Release it to the ether. Because it don't matter either. I just wrote that. Monday holiday. Mondays, you know, as they say, somebody's got a curse of the Mondays. Mondays can suck. They can, especially if, you know, it's a complete script of whatever you were doing on your own time on the weekend. Unless you love what you do, and congratulations to you. I'll be there too. I was going to try to give you some, you know, inspiration to discipline. I don't want to say motivation. I'd like to inspire you to be disciplined. But like I said, I'm not trying to be a drill sergeant or one of those Anthony Elliott guys. It's a bit much. I respect it, but it doesn't work for everybody. You know, because a lot of times, the more times you tell people what to do, the more like, fuck you. And I'm definitely have a problem with authority. So I'm trying to not to be hypocritical and whatnot. But what I was going to say, because, you know, the channels dictate the day. I'm encouraging people to seize the moments. And, you know, I was thinking about that. That could be overwhelming for people who have way too many moments popping off in the day. But I always think to myself that if the task is super overwhelming because it has multiple layers and all that kind of stuff, because that's kind of what I'm dealing with this channel, is I cherry pick, I hand pick a task somewhere in there, and it may not be in order. It may not be what I should do first. It may be one that I'll end up omitting once the project or whatever, the work day, you know, plug in whatever works for you. But I really do believe it's all about the little bitty wins, man. You get enough little bitty wins in your bag. You got a bag full of wins, yo. So yeah, maybe if dictating your day is too much, because, you know, you got a boss and they control some of your day. You got family members that need you over here, so you can't really pick something. Pick an itty bitty thing. For me, and I know I've said this before, especially if it's at the top of the day, like right when you wake up, you know, don't touch your phone, make your bed, yada yada. Everybody's got something. But whatever you deem as a win, yeah, get it. And I don't even, there's no rules, except for there's no rules. That's the only rule. If it just means kissing your wife 3 times before you leave the house, make it funny, make it a joke, but make it a win. I really am an almost 50-year-old child, but that kind of mentality keeps me going. If it gets too serious, I'll make it a joke, because it's how I'll deal with the stress or the pressure of the situation. I'm not saying you got to do these things. This is just, I'm trying to communicate how my brain dumps these chemicals and I deal with them. But yeah, just pick a tiny little win. You can even You can even cheat. You can even pick something that you know you're going to win at, just so you can start convincing your brain that we're winners, bro. I pick a thing, I win a thing. And even if it's all a setup and it's all whatever, because I really believe on the manifestation, not to get too crystal ball-y on you, but I do like that stuff. You start to convince yourself you're a winner, you will win. Because it's you really that's the only person that matters to convincing. It's you and your mind and, set up an achievement, achieve it, boxes checked, day is dictated. All right, I'm not, let me check my time. Man, I can't even see it. It's so bright out here. Whatever. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'm trying to get to the stove. I'm gonna make some chili tonight. Bust up I'm gonna make some cookies. Sugar's bad, but hey, everything in moderation, even moderation sometimes. That's a Joe Rogan statement, but I use it a lot because I have a tendency to go overboard on certain things. Sometimes I just try to make sure those things are good habits and healthy. It doesn't always work out. But yeah, I want to make these, they're chocolate cookies with peanut butter chips. I'm going to try a little bit different technique. I've been making them since I was a kid. I just love the flavor. But I will say, the Reese's peanut butter chips, they don't taste the same. A lot of stuff is not tasting the same. There's another conspiracy theory. What is it? And it's not a conspiracy. What's up with our food? Everything is so fucking processed. Man. I ate some fish fillets last night. I couldn't even finish them. The packaging was like whole fillets, Alaskan, this, that, the other. That was not. That was like fish hot dogs, I'm pretty sure. It looked legit, but dude, they can 3D print meat. Another theory. Crazy. With 3D printing meat, man, this is a simulation. I mean, on certain levels, of course it is. All right. I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Monday, technically it's a holiday if you have it off. Get that rest, or don't, and attack the day. And if you gotta work, I hope you're making a little extra, holiday pay or something like that. And yeah, I love you. See you tomorrow. Dick takers. That sounds bad. Sorry. Day takers. I mean, take your day. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Let's go.